Hello everyone, this is Vanshika Tainwala, legal intern at Lexis and Company for the month of June, and today in this video I will be talking about the topic of the recent case wherein the appeal has been filed before the Supreme Court. So the name of the case is Kripal Amrik Singh and another versus the state of Maharashtra and another. So the special leave to appeal was filed before the Supreme Court in this case, and in this case basically the Supreme Court of India has to examine that whether the adoptions that are made and the guidelines which are mentioned under the LK Pandey case, are they not applicable to the adoption under the personal law? So the Supreme Court will be examining this issue. So the basic facts of the case was such that a 2-year-old child was given in adoption by her biological mother to a couple by executing a notarized document without complying the rigorous of the JJ Act. So the Supreme Court on Friday brought the child out of the care of the Child Welfare Committee and entrusted the interim custody to the adoptive parents. So the vacation bench of Justices Hemant Gupta and V. Rama Subramanian was hearing the SLP preferred at the instance of the adoptive parents against a petition against a March order of the Bombay High Court refusing the permission of the couple to take over the custody of the child of a strength of a mere notarized document purported to be an adoption deed. So the SLP petitioners, who claimed that the girl's biological mother had willingly given the child in adoption to them, had approached the High Court in a writ of habeas corpus after the child was taken away by the child welfare committees and was placed in a child care institution. So it was submitted that the requirements for a valid adoption as per the provisions of the Hindu Adoption Act were fully satisfied, and therefore the petitioners were entitled to avail of protection under section 56 clause 3 of the JJ Act, which provides that nothing in this act shall apply to adoption of children made under the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956. The petitioners claimed that the provisions of the JJ Act would not apply to the present case, and hence the entire proceedings before the Child Welfare Committees were not in accordance with the law, and there was no jurisdiction of the Child Welfare Committee to proceed away with the takeaway of the custody of the girl child. So, however, the High Court held that the said document nowhere indicates that the adoption is as per the provisions of the Hindu Adoption Act, and that nothing placed on the record to indicate that the requirements of the Hindu Adoption Act pertaining to a valid adoption was complied with. So the High Court ruled that the girl was a child in need of care and protection for the purpose of the JJ Act, and held that Child Welfare Committee had acted as per the mandate of the law, and that the custody of Child Welfare Committee cannot be said to be improper or illegal. This was held by the High Court. So before the Supreme Court, the petitioning couple submitted that as both the parties are governed by the Hindu law, so the child was adopted as per the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956. The petitioners adopted the child after complying with the conditions of giving and taking away of the child and performing the Dattak ceremony of the child. Also, the ceremony was commenced in the presence of witnesses and executing the deed of adoption, which was signed by witnesses and notarized. So the High Court has taken away the custody of the child because the adoption was not in compliance with the procedural modalities under the JJ Act. So in the landmark case of Anokha vs. State of Rajasthan, the court held that the LK Pandey guidelines do not apply to private adoption where the child is given in adoption by the biological parents. So Justice Rama Subramaniam said to the senior advocate appearing for the petitioner couple. So in Lakshmikant Pandey versus the Union of India, the Supreme Court formulated an entire scheme for regulating the inter-country adoptions as well as the intra-country adoptions. So in the case of Anokha versus the State of Rajasthan, it was held that the procedural safeguards need not to be stressed in cases of adoption of children living with their biological parents, since the natural parents are the best to judge with the best interest of what the best interest of the child is. So it is the most unfortunate if you don't have the child, neither does the biological mother have the child, but the child is with the child care center. So normally the child is orphaned by the natural event, but here the child has been orphaned by the order of the court. It was observed by Justice Gupta. So basically the bench proceeded that the counsel for petitioners relies upon the case of Anokha vs. State of Rajasthan and contended that the adoption under the personal law will not be governed by the guidelines of the LK Pandey case, Lakshmikant Pandey case versus Union of India. So issuing the notice on the SLP, the bench directed that in its meantime the custody shall be handed over to the petitioners. So the petitioners before the Bombay High Court were seeking a writ of habeas corpus and the consequent direction of the aforesaid girl be handed over to the respondent, that is the Child Welfare Committee, to them. So the documents placed on the record particularly showed that the respondent number 3, who is the biological mother of the child, immediately as the child birth, had expressed the opinion that she was not interested in taking care of the girl child. So she contacted some NGOs in that report. So High Court held that there is material to show that the situation needs to be done by the adopted, and under section 2 clause 14 clause 4 of the Juvenile Justice Act. So the High Court recorded that one visit by the representatives of the NGO, the fact that the respondent has been given to the child has been revealed. So basically in this case the court considered that there was a document wherein the exercise of the adoption was exercised, and the court held that in accordance with the law, the girl child is in custody with the Child Welfare Committee, and it cannot be said it is proper. Hence, the writ petition for the habeas corpus must fail. So the Supreme Court will be giving its judgment in few days. So I will record a next video relating to the same. Hope you understood the basic facts and the basic High Court order in this case. So I will be discussing the next judgment wherein the Supreme Court orders such in the next video. Thank you for listening. Please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel for more content. Thank you.